Welcome, brothers. Yeah, you know, I am, I'm a man with goals, dreams, and aspirations. You know, I want to do positive things. I want to leave a mark. I want people to know that I was here on this planet. I don't want to just be just some man who lived and died. Some people might call that they might call that delusions of grandeur. But my purpose is higher. you know my purpose is higher than simply getting a bunch of money and buying a Range Rover and living in a fancy house in a gated community. My goals and my dreams are bigger than that. They're bigger than me. You know, they're bigger than me. They're not about superficial things. Not about uh, you know, just having material things, because I have material things. I'm a man who has a house. I'm a man who has 2 cars. And I'm a man who lives within his means. I have clothes in the closet. I rarely even wear. That's because I'm too busy, working and doing things to worry about superficial things, you know. And I often wonder, who could I share this big dream with, these big goals and these big aspirations. When we live in the backdrop of American society, where the vast majority of our women are opportunists, they're just looking for a come up. They might not share your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. You have one set of goals, and she has a totally another set of goals, a whole other set of goals. Excuse me. A lot of you men, y'all find yourselves in these same situations. Just because a woman wants, just because a woman is with you and she has goals, doesn't mean her goals and your goals are aligned. Y'all might have similar goals when it comes to, maybe y'all want to get married, maybe one day, maybe y'all want to have children one day or whatever. But that is where your goals stop. Maybe y'all want to have a house in a gated community. That is where you and her goals veer. And sometimes you're going to have to ask yourself the logical questions. Are you in a relationship of convenience? Is this relationship, are you just in a relationship because, she's paying half the bills, you're paying half the bills, y'all somewhat get along with each other, y'all can tolerate each other? These are the questions that you must ask. What are her goals? Because your goals may be a lot higher than hers. Your goals may be you might have goals of having a nice home, a nice car, whatever. You might have these goals, but, that might be the end. That might be where your goals stop. And when you decide that you want to reach outside of those goals that, you and her have together, when your goals, and I mean, it goes for women too. You women need to understand you are with men, and sometimes his goals are not going to fit into your life. He is going to become obsolete. You are going to become obsolete for a person or a man or a woman who has a purpose in life. Because a lot of y'all, the most of the black race, they don't have any purpose. There's no real purpose to their lives. Their lives, all they really want out of life is to, just live, just survive. Just over broke. Got a little bit of money in the bank, got a little bit of, got the car, house, got the, clothes, whatever. That's no purpose. There's no purpose in that. Other than, I mean, I don't know if you want to, I mean, what's the purpose? Maybe there can be a small purpose in it, but a very small, very superficial purpose. So as a so-called man, black man, go ahead. As a so-called black man who lives in America, where the vast majority of the women, where the vast majority of the women have a mentality that does not rise above the superficial, then, what's the point in marrying one of these women? Because all it takes is for you or for me to reach for something higher, something that is out of her mental range, something that's out of her scope of understanding. She is going to veer. She is going to go in a different direction. All of a sudden, I'm on some other shit. That's what she's going to say. Oh, he on some other shit. He's on some other shit. Because all she ever wanted was the house, the car, and to live comfortably. Some kids, a job, decent job. That's all she's ever wanted out of life. And when you go left, she will go right. Or vice versa. So what's the point? What's the purpose? This is why men and women must know more about each other than the superficial things. Oh, he's cute. He's handsome. He's tall. He got muscles. He liked to play basketball. He got a job. He got a job. There has to be an actual purpose. Most men that are walking around, especially in the black community, amongst the impoverished and the desperate, the impoverished, the opportunist, you're going to find relationships of convenience that abound. They're everywhere. Relationships of convenience. What kind of relationship are you in? And, a lot of times, you're going to get married to this woman. You're going to veer. You're going to have a higher purpose. You're going to have a higher purpose. I mean, if you don't know that you have a higher purpose, then, whatever, I don't know. Maybe you don't. I mean, not everyone has a higher purpose, but if you are a man or a woman with a higher purpose, excuse me, you're really going to have to watch the people that you keep in your circle, that you date, that you fall in love with, that you get into relationships with, and definitely that you marry and have children by. You're definitely going to have to watch out for the people that you have around you, because your purpose and that person's purpose have to align. Y'all purpose have to align. I mean, it's not to say that a woman can't only, want simple things in life, but if you start tampering with her simple life, with all of your dreams and aspirations, then it can cause her to veer. It can cause her to do something drastic, because now you are putting all her dreams in jeopardy. You want to do things with your life. You want to go places. You want to have businesses. You want to help people. You have all this purpose. You have all this intelligence. All this intelligence is being sent to you, and it was meant for you to do something with it. It wasn't meant for you to sit on it and just oh yeah, well, I got the intelligence, Yeah, I got the intelligence. Sort of like that light bulb that you find in your house. When you walk over to the light and you turn the light on. Now, what if the person who invented the light bulb, or the filament for this light bulb, if he just sat on his idea and just created one for himself and just said, oh, well, I got lights in my house, even though it's an artificial form of light, but it helps you see. You can see more, but man, you got to ask yourselves the question, man. Who are you in a relationship with? What is their purpose? Do they have a purpose? Is their purpose aligned with your purpose? They must know these things. You must tell them these things. Because, we see the whole Houston debacle that's going on, and it would seem to me that a lot of women are choosing men with very little purpose. Very little purpose. Or maybe they have purpose, but they just sort of like that light bulb. It's just sitting in their house in a box somewhere, while they go to work and do the mundane. Your purposes must be aligned. And she must know your purpose. She must know that your purpose is high. A lot of men don't go into such things because they're not really looking for long, real relationships. They're not looking for real relationships. They're just looking for sex. So it never gets into these gets into the higher purpose of your life. You know, when a woman understands that a woman understands that you have a higher purpose that is higher than you and higher than her, she's gonna either align herself with that purpose and get behind that purpose, or she is going to disappear. You know, I was talking to this woman one time, a long time ago, and I told her a little bit about, what I wanted to do, and all of a sudden the messages started getting, I stopped hearing from her because her purpose in life did not align with mine. She was a simple person. She was a more simple person. I mean, it's not that I couldn't have pursued it. I could have pursued her. And I mean, she's still there. She's still there. She's still available, but once a woman starts backpedaling, I just leave them alone, because either you're going to get behind it, or you're going to or you're going to fall back. Either way, I'm understanding. I truly do care about these people. I truly do. I want them to be happy. And if Ray Ray and Pookie makes you happy, I want you to have that. But y'all have to have a higher understanding of what you're doing when you accept these men and these women. I have nothing against Ray Ray and Pookie, other than they don't respect rules, laws, orders, and boundaries set on their behavior. Shoot, I wish I had these laws set on my behavior when I was much younger. I wish I did. But that's a long story. But like I said, I wish I had more rules set on my behavior when I was younger. But like I said, brothers, we gotta ask ourselves the right questions, man. We really gotta watch that goes for men too. You really have to watch the men that you surround yourselves with as well. It's not only the women, because a lot of your male friends, they lack purpose. A lot of your peers, what you refer to as peers, these men lack true purpose. They lack true purpose. I mean, literally, when you say certain things to them, it's like something happened. It's like their whole, they stop thinking. It's sort of like when someone gets triggered by something that's being said in these videos. I mean, something will be said that'll strike a nerve, and it'll stop the average person from thinking. They'll become triggered. They'll become triggered by something that was said. And then they're off and they're insulting you, and they're saying you ain't this and You don't know what you talking about, and they didn't even listen to the whole video. You know, this is what you're facing, or you're gonna face when you deal with a lot of these black men and black women and women and people in general. You know, I'm talking to men and women with the higher order and a higher purpose. Higher order, higher purpose. You know, all my videos are for men and women with a higher purpose. Now, you black people, y'all can listen to the video, but the average black person, I'm not even talking to you in these videos. Y'all just don't really get it. I'm not really talking to you. You know. Anyway, brothers, on that note, I want to say peace. Get on the 5 steps. Adopt the moral code.